Do you switch around in different languages with your kids? Let me tell you about my thoughts on this in this video. Also, I urge you to stick around to the end of this video where I give you my views on a related but sort of distinct question, and that is, do you speak different languages to other people in front of your kids? Hello everybody, welcome to AskTetsu, where I share my pro tips on raising bilingual, multilingual, and multi-talented kids. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, as I have a lot to tell you based on my own upbringing as a polyglot and also based on my experience raising 3 kids in 5 different languages. So let's get into today's topic. For parents who speak more than one language, the question of whether or not it's okay to switch around in these languages with your kids is not a question with a clear answer. And as many things in life, I think there is no one right answer. It really depends on what you're looking for and how you want to go about it. I know parents who like to specify a specific language for a specific day, like English Monday, French Tuesday, or others who would associate a specific day, a specific language with a specific place. For example, English in the living room, or French in the kitchen. And there are other parents who simply don't have any rules. They just speak whatever language that they feel comfortable with their kids at any given time. Well, basically randomly. So an advantage to this type of switching around with your kids, I think, is you can teach your kids different languages just based on your own knowledge and your command of the languages. So you as one resource can teach your kids many languages. So that sort of reduces the costs of hiring teachers or tutors going to school, etc. And it definitely also reduces the logistics pressure since you're the person who can plan everything out. And also, if you go with the random method where you speak whatever you want, whenever you want with your kids, then obviously it's easy. You can just do whatever you feel whenever you feel like it. However, my biggest fear with this type of one person actually switching around in different languages is that the kids may eventually develop a habit of speaking just one of the different languages that you're trying to teach your kids. Likely going towards the path of least resistance, speaking the language that he or she is most comfortable in, and then start resisting the other ones. Another negative from my perspective in using this type of, for example, if you try to associate a language with a day or a place, is that personally I'm not really disciplined enough to be able to remember which language goes to which day or which place. So personally I'm not a big fan, but I do know people who have been able to teach their kids different languages by associating a language to a day or associating a language to a place. So it is possible. It takes some discipline, but it is possible if you want to go down that path. And definitely, if you're one of those parents who have successfully been able to raise kids in different languages with these methods, please smash that like button and tell us your success stories. So from the discussion so far, I think you can get the gist that in our family we really like to stick to one language with our kids. Those of you who follow our channel know that we're a big proponent of the one person, one language method. So the OPAL method in short. And that requires that a person would have one person would be assigned one language to speak with the kids. Personally, I speak the 5 languages that we teach our kids, so that's English, French, Japanese, Mandarin, and Spanish. But I speak exclusively Mandarin with our kids. My wife, she's Japanese. She would speak Japanese exclusively with the kids, as my mother, who's also Japanese. And we live in Quebec, so English and French are the community language, well, mostly French. So that takes care of English and French. Then we have au pairs that we hire from Mexico, who will take care of Spanish. And sometimes we also have an au pair who would strengthen the English. And this year we actually had an exchange student from Switzerland. Her English is very strong, so we decided to hire her. We take her into our family. She went to a school here locally in French, but at home with the kids we ask her to speak English, and I would speak French with her. So the most important reason for us to really employ the OPPO method is that it allows us to create a very strong habit for the kids to speak one specific language with one specific person. So I would always speak Mandarin, and exclusively Mandarin, so much so that it becomes weird to do otherwise. Now that's a very important key. You want to develop this habit of speaking one language, and that if you do another language, it sort of feels weird or it's special. It's a special case. So the distinctive advantage that we really appreciate with OPPO is that I think once you have this habit of speaking one language with your kid, the target language, then the probability of your kid refusing to speak this language are reduced compared to if you give them the opportunity to switch around in different languages. So especially in our case, where we really apply OPPO religiously, and from day one it really creates this weird feeling if you speak another language. So hey, if you're also an OPPO follower, I urge you to hit the like button and tell us your OPPO stories. So just like any method, obviously OPPO has its own set of limitations, especially if you want to do as many languages as we do, 5 languages. Where do you find the sources of input? What about the costs? So for us, hiring au pairs from Mexico is a significant investment in our strategy to raise our kids in the different languages that we raise them in. And it would have been much easier if I simply sat down with the kids and taught them Spanish myself. But given that I don't think it would be as effective, we've decided to invest in finding au pairs as a source as a way to extend our strategy of OPPO. And also, although it doesn't take as much discipline as associating a time or place to a language, for me to speak exclusively Mandarin, which is actually my 4th language, it's not my 1st language, with the kids, that did take a little bit of getting used to and some effort on my behalf. So again, we don't think OPPO would be suitable for everybody or all families, but in our family opted for this method as we really thought that developing a good habit of speaking one language with one person is an effective way to go about it. Now let me wrap it up by showing you this fun little cute video of our youngest, Akila. He's 3 years old, and the scenario is him going out to call everybody to dinner. And this little video really shows you the power of OPPO, where a 3-year-old is able to just separate the languages very cleanly and go out and use a specific language with a specific person just to call them to dinner. Hey, 弟弟，去跟大家讲吃饭。去。第一个找谁？第一个找谁？婆婆。好。婆婆，我还有。OK， 下一个找谁？公公。去找公公。公公在哪里？没有。公公在这，右边，看到呢。公做饭。好，吃饭，好嘞。好，去找戴安娜。戴安娜在哪里？去，在前面。在这。 No. Yeah. So, how was that? I hope I was able to show you throughout this video the advantages and disadvantages of Opal and contrast that to other methods. And hopefully this was informative for you so that you can choose the best strategy for your children. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can follow adventures in real time. Oh, and I almost forgot, at the beginning of the video I told you I would discuss another question related to switching languages with your kids, and that is speaking different languages in front of your kids. Some time ago, Amanda wrote the following comment on one of my videos. Do your kids know that you speak all 5 of the languages you're teaching them? And I also get similar questions all the time at my presentations along the lines of, what if they see you speak different languages to other people? Or what language do you speak with your wife in front of your kids? So my answer to those questions is always the same. It's irrelevant. What is important for me is what they speak with me. That habit of speaking Mandarin with me is what counts, and it's irrelevant what I speak with other people. They know I speak all 5 languages, but it feels weird to them to speak anything other than Mandarin with me. So as long as this weirdness is there, I don't think they will switch to a different language or refuse to speak Mandarin with me, at least in the near future. So the same holds true for Japanese with mom, Spanish with the au pairs, French with their friends in the hockey team, etc. And that is exactly what we've been aiming for, and that's exactly what we've been getting. Until then, I urge you to check out some of my other videos appearing on your screen right now.